Okay, so this is Mortise cylinder lock review. Let's see here, basically your Mortise cylinder goes into your Adams right unit like this. Basically it just kind of threads right in there. This would be in your door. This thing will thread right in there. And then you push a set screw in right here to go ahead and lock it up. Tailpiece goes ahead and activates the trigger there, and that's how these work. These can be set up like this or like a dead latch. More commonly the dead latch model. But I want to talk about how to choose a good one for replacement. A lot of times these things go bad, and it's because they use these cheap cylinders like this. Basically, it gets a lot of slop. It has very poor machining. And they don't pay attention to their tolerances. So when you start to get this movement, even though these screws are as tight as they can possibly be, you still get this movement. So when you put the key in, it doesn't want to push in all the way. See, it's not in all the way yet. You have to really kind of force it to go in, and then it goes in and it works. And then when you go to pull it out, because of that sloppy movement, I don't know if you can see that in the back there, but then it doesn't let the key out either. It's one of those things where it holds on to the key when you try and pull it out as well, so you almost have to push the cylinder in with your fingertips and wiggle the key out of it. That's basically that much movement makes the pins that go up into the top jam, and that's what causes the problem with these cheaper cylinders. You can identify them instantly because they're all hollowed out, just like Kwikset hollows out their locks and their lock sets and their deadbolts and everything. This company, I don't even know who it is because they don't even put their name on it at all. That's just my sticker to let other people know that this is my lock and it's on one of my systems. But other than that, there's no name on it. So what I replace with usually are these US Lock all brass cylinders. Brass is the best type of metal for these applications. Works best. It always works nice. You can see there's not hardly any tolerance in between these two here. You can feel it. It's nice and tight. You can order these in any of the tail pieces. You can order them in the Adams right like this, and they'll come right out of the box ready to go. But notice it's solid. This one has hollowed out. This one is solid all the way through. And then this one just has a lot more stout screws, stout tailpiece. I mean, everything about it is just a lot tighter, and you can feel it. And it operates very smoothly, and replacing this with something like this is going to last a ton longer. The other thing we do is replace those cylinders. When these cylinders are inside a building, you'll see the metal doors, and you'll see a lock on the outside, and then you'll see a lock on the inside too. That is becoming frowned upon, at least by the local fire department jurisdiction here. They want to see a thumb turn installed, so this would be a good replacement for that. Again, heavy duty all brass cylinder. From US Lock, works really good. Price is economical, so it doesn't break the bank, but it's quality product that's actually made in the USA, as opposed to where a lot of this other stuff comes from. So if we see a lock cylinder on the inside, we usually recommend to the customer that they need to either get signage that states that the door needs to remain unlocked during business hours for security purposes, or the best route to go is to go ahead and get rid of the lock cylinder and install one of these thumb turns on the interior of the building. Get them, that helps save them from getting a ticket, keeps everybody safer in case of fire, emergency, things like that, and that's going to really help them out. So that's a good way to determine what kind of cylinder you have, and whether it's worth it to rekey it or to just go ahead and get a new cylinder and get a little bit more quality cylinder that's a lot harder to pick, a lot more heavy-duty tolerances, and it's going to last a lot longer in the long run. So for more information, go to www.tricountylocksmithservice.com. Thank you.